Hello friends, how are you doing today? I really hope that you are having a wonderful day. I know I am now that you're here. My name is Ilea, and today I'm going to be doing my nails. I am not a professional. I never went to school for this stuff. This is just a hobby for me. So I hope that you enjoy it. I am going to apologize now for the video because I was not in frame or focus for half of it. I feel bad now for thinking, how hard can it be to stay in frame? Well, let me tell you, it's fucking hard. Trying to concentrate on what you're doing to your nail while also looking in the viewfinder to make sure that you're in focus and that you're in frame. These cameras have a freaking mind of their own, and I also haven't quite figured out how to work my camera. Anyways, enough babble. On to the actual nail stuff and what you're here to see. Okay, I don't actually end up using these, but those are Modelones, in case you're wondering. I don't end up using the gray. I do use the black. I just end up using black, white, and the stickers. I like to pull a bunch of stuff out and try to figure out, what I'm going to do, but I do use the black and the white. The gray I don't use. I will link everything that I've shown you in the description box below in case you want to buy it or see it, And I believe these are the only stickers I end up using. Sorry, they're not in frame. They're from Shein haul previously, so you'll be able to see it. And the Modelones hard gel right there. I'm not a professional at hard gels. I've only builder gel. I don't know the difference. Hard gel, builder gel. I don't know. I haven't the foggiest notion. What I'm going to start doing is I'm going to file on my nails down, and then I'm going to wrap them in foil and soak them off. I think in this one I end up actually using tips, but most of the time I use a full cover tip because I change them so frequently. And here I'm just cutting the cotton pads to fit over my nails. I don't really use these anymore. I used up what I had left. I try to use the cotton balls. I unravel them and they just seem to work better. This is like hair wrapping foil. Excuse me. It's not like regular foil that you buy for your kitchen, It's the stuff they use for the hair. Kirsty Meakin gave me this idea, and I absolutely love everything that she does, and wish that I was a quarter, an eighth as talented as she is. But a lot of my inspiration and knowledge comes from her. I just, over the years of watching her and following her, and she just does such a wonderful job. I'm a little obsessed with her work, and then it just comes right off, and then I just file off the base coat. And this is kind of where keeping it in frame goes, because as you can see, I'm watching something on my phone, and I kind of get distracted with what's going on a phone and not what's going on a camera. It'll get better, I promise I'll do better. I really will. But we're just going to soak them and then peel them off. It's so satisfying when it comes right off. Don't mind my nails. I have damaged my own nails. Be very careful. I have made it so that my first fingers are, it doesn't grow right. They're very thin. I've thought about growing them out naturally, like not putting anything on them for a while, but what happens is I get so dry around the cuticles that I start to pick them and they bleed, and again, I shouldn't do it, but I do it, and I don't know why, and it's like an unconscious thing that I do, and before I realize it, they're sore and they hurt, so I just continue, and I found that the full cover tips I'm not as hard on them. I don't know how to explain it. I take a lot better care now than I used to when I first started. But here's me pushing back my cuticles. I'm very rough with my own nails. I wouldn't be this rough if I was doing my daughter's or, going to paint my granddaughter's nails. I'm not nearly as rough. but because I've made the skin, the cuticle area so tough, I just kind of practically need a chainsaw to get rid of it. But that's all we're going to do here.
Nothing more to say, let's just waste away. One more time is all we need. A bitter truth to face, not that innocent. We know what we did. I'm a sucker for your love, even though it's kinda toxic, babe. You know I feel it when we touch, that your love is from a different place. It's toxic, babe. Oh, it's toxic, babe. Yeah, yeah. It's toxic, babe. We watch the sun go down over the same old town, like so many times before. We look at the same old stars, battle the same old wars, like so many times before. And I know that we're not perfect, but I'm gonna miss all that we had. Yeah, I know that we're not perfect, but I need this night for the last time. Stay, stay. No, you're gone in the morning, but I'll be okay if you stay. Stay. No, you're gone in the morning, but I'll be okay if you stay.
This is me checking the rotation, making sure that it's going the right direction I need it to go. Cone bit's going to clean up just underneath my skin, cuticle skin, and on the nail bed, so that have maximum adhesion. I hope you guys are enjoying so far. This is, how I prep my nails. I do the same thing every time. Soak them off, do this whole routine, and then we'll get into putting on, I think I do tips this time. And the last step before the tips is I trim down my natural nail. Excuse me. My natural nails are very thin, at least at this point, after soaking them and whatnot, they're very thin. So I trim down the tip because it always ends up pulling away from the nail. And I'm going kind of short. I'm not going to do super long ones. I love super long ones. They're fun, and it's nice to have more nail estate in order to do more designs. But here's me, that's alcohol in there. I'm trying to clean off all the dust and also dehydrate the nail at the same time. Don't know, typically use it's McCart's nail dehydrator and primer to do my nails. Yeah, see here, I'm sizing up the tips. Look at my first finger, the side by the thumb. You can see I size my first fingers a little bit bigger because it starts out normal and then it goes too far in. I filed it trying to perfect the ballerina and or coffin shape, and I filed too much in there, so I have to make the tip a little bit bigger. So yeah, we're gonna glue these on, and then we'll cut them all the way down. I think for one of my next purchases is going to be one of those clippers that gives you the spacer so they're all the same length, because I spend entirely too much time trying to make them the same length. I would rather just have one of those things, you know. Okay, I'm just going to perfect the shape a little bit, blend it into my natural nail, and then buff the tip so that I can apply base coat and all the fun stuff to it. Another tip that I learned from Kirsty Megan was to use acetone to help melt a little bit of that plastic into your nail, and it also cleans and slightly dehydrates the nail bed. This is the builder gel that I use. It's Modelones. It's runny. I haven't really explored a lot of different builder gels. I've used IBD, and I think it's thicker or thinner. I think it's thinner than this Modelones. But yeah, you saw the McCart prep and prime stuff. You know, I dehydrate and then I prime it. I know you're supposed to use the same system all the way across, but this is what I used for it's just what I have. I try to use, which is why I think I have the Modelones base coat. It's not. It's still McCart. Help with adhesion, and I have found that if I don't use it, even when using the full cover tips, they pop off the nails. I just did a set, beautiful. I didn't record it for you guys, sorry, but a beautiful glow in the dark set. Oh, they were my favorite. The blue was so pretty. Blue's my favorite color, by the way. Anyway, and the nails just popped off when I didn't do this step. So I tried to make sure that I dehydrate and prime the nail. Some say you don't have to, but I am going to assume that I'm just an oily bitch and I have to, because if I don't, the nails just pop off. I'm absolutely terrible at instructions. So after you put on your base coat on your nails, you want to cure it for however long you're supposed, whatever the bottle says to do. My McCart ones are 30 seconds, and an LED lamp, I don't know how much in a UV. I don't use a UV lamp. My lamp cost me like 30 bucks. This is me adding the make it even layer, I call it. I'm gonna add that. I will cure that for a full 60 seconds, and then I will go on to build the nail. Build my nails different ways. In this particular one, I cure it for 60 seconds and then I go back in and I add a little bit thicker of a layer. You're supposed to technically add a slip layer and then float. It's easier, and it really is easier to do it that way because you get less bubbles, honestly. I'm still figuring this out, so we'll learn together and we'll get better as time goes on, right? I mean, I haven't been doing the gel nails for 10 years like I did acrylic. I don't do acrylic because my nail room is currently set up in my bedroom, and my husband's Xbox is in here, and while I'm doing my nails, he's either watching TV or playing on his Xbox, and he gets really bad headaches from the smell. So, and I did say in my last video, the Shein haul, that when I go down to the basement, I will be able to do acrylic. So I'm hoping to get that started soon so I can start playing with my acrylic again. I got a lot of that, and currently it's in a box, and I miss it. Not that there's anything wrong with gel. Gel's nice, it's easy, but it doesn't soak off very well like acrylic does. That, and I'm wanting to start a press-on nail business, and I want to practice, and I want to use acrylics to make them slightly stronger. So if anybody has a press-on nail business out there and you're watching this, any information you can give me or any advice you can give me would be wonderful. I would really appreciate it. I love doing this, that I'd love to create for somebody else. Anybody that's like me, I soak my nails off weekly, which is probably why they're ruined. I don't recommend doing that, but I just love to create nails. So if I could find a way to create them without having to actually go to school, not that I wouldn't do it, but we own a business already, and currently with everything going on, I have to work a lot. I work 6 days a week, so it doesn't leave me any time for school and opening my own shop and clients like that. So I think press-on nail business is the next best thing. So if anybody has any advice for me out there as far as that goes, I would really appreciate it.
For you, I do it all night. You're my only lifeline.
So I wasn't going to leave this in here, but I thought maybe you'd want to see me attempt my left hand, so I will leave this in here. Typically I would just say, and we do the same on the other side, but your left hand can be harder. I'll tell you that gel is a lot more forgiving than acrylic when it comes to your left hand. When I was doing acrylic and I would do my left hand, it would be thick and a lot of filing, and before I bought a nail drill I was there for ages trying to file. It's very hard when you're watching a video and they're like, a small bead, and then they put that bead on there and it looks like this massive bead, and you're like, okay, and then you go to do it and you put this small bead on and you're like, it doesn't look the same. So I think it's very hard to tell, without actually going to school, how big a bead is supposed to be or how small it's supposed to be, So when you're teaching yourself, you kind of, maybe it takes a little longer to learn than having somebody tell you. But this is a lot more forgiving when it comes to your left hand. It doesn't dry until I put it in the lamp. So I would probably do acrylic on the right and stick to gel on the left. Yeah, it's a lot easier, a lot more forgiving, and I can wipe it away. I can put the brush down, and it's just a lot easier on the left hand to do gel. So just throwing that out there. This isn't any kind of instruction video, but I do my 4 fingers first, cure them for 60 seconds, and then I do my thumb. Wow, gel is easier to do on the left hand. It moves. So if you don't cure the 4 fingers and you go to do your thumb, the stuff on your 4 fingers are going to slide, and vice versa. If you try to do your thumb first and then go to your 4 fingers, it's just what I do. Non-professional opinion. Do your 4 fingers. You can flash cure it if you want, but 60-second cure and then do your thumb. 60-second cure that. Don't not cure it. It gets everywhere, I promise. And the fun part, filing. I have the same filing routine. I learned it from Kirsty Meakin. I do my sidewalls, and then I do my cuticle area, and then I do the actual nail. I'm not going to show you filing every nail because 3/4 of the time I am not in frame. And I don't typically use my drill when I use gel on a short nail because unless I made it too thick, I don't really need that powerful drill. I just happen to use just regular nail files. I don't like this emery board. See, I switched. I tried to use it. Now, I like the idea of it. I just don't like this particular one. I've never used any other kind. Look how I have to hold my finger to get it right. Anyway, I'm showing you that I got gel on my cuticle, and that those emery board, that metal file is really good for getting in there. I'm actually going to order Kirsty Meakin's file, and we are on to putting the base coat. I put a base coat down. I don't think you have to, but I do it just because I've had gel polish after doing my nail. I've had gel polish just peel right off. So, and it's been fully cured, it just peels off. So I add the base coat. I don't know if you're supposed to wipe what they call the inhibition layer, that sticky layer that's on there. I don't know if you're supposed to wipe that off, but I don't. I apply my polish right over top. I'm sorry that, you know, you can't really see what I'm doing, but onto the colors. I do black on my pinky and ring, which you can see is on there, but I wasn't in frame for it. This was the only finger I was in frame for the black. I do it same on both sides. I do black on the thumb, the middle, oh my gosh, the thumb, the index, and the pinky finger I do black. The ring and the middle I do white. And then I stick my flowers on my white nails on the middle and ring. Yeah, middle and ring. Words.
I don't really need a new friend, so spend your time with me. Looking for someone who can play though, wanna hang with me. I'm not really looking for a friend, so spend your time with me.
Okay, so this cool trick that I learned from Natalie Mudridge, I probably didn't say that right, but is to take your water decals on your stamper and add water to it, and I just kind of keep pulling it down until it just slides right off, and then I'll go and I'll dry my brush and get all of the little water droplets, you know, so that it would stick to my nail. It's really, really cool, and it's so easy. I've never done it any other way. This is the first time I've tried a nail decal, and this is the first way I've tried it, and I will never try it any other way. I do leave, I think I leave all of this in there. Oh, it started to curl towards me, so I just put my thumb on there to keep it curling, but this is so easy. I won't be doing it any other way. So if I ever do water decals on my channel and I'm doing them, this is the way that I'm doing. I'm trying to show you through the stamper how it goes, and then failed. I don't know why it didn't come off. Eventually it does come off. I don't know if my nail was too wet or if the sticker was still wet, but eventually I get it to work. But still easier than anything else. And here's me top coating it. I believe we're almost done. Yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed it. I hope you have an absolutely fabulous day. I hope you come back. Please subscribe and like the video, and leave me a comment down below. Tell me where you're from. Let me know if you even liked it and what you might want to see next. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.